Hey, and welcome to my channel. So this is going to be a slideshow of my trip to Atlantic City for the National, which is a huge card show. This is the hotel we stayed at. We stayed at the Cambridge. It's attached to Bally's. It's known as the skyscraper on the sea. It's like 100 years old. It was relatively inexpensive. It was a pretty nice place, but not super fancy by any means. The bed kind of sucked. The shower kind of sucked. The elevators were horrendous. They were just crazy slow and old. But other than that, it was actually a pretty cool place, and it was in a great location right there next to the boardwalk and half a mile from the convention center. Here's the view out our window. We were on the 14th floor. Right next to us on the right hand side is Bally's. As you can see, there's the beach, the boardwalk. There was a big park thing right in front of us, and to the left of us was a big abandoned lot. It is fenced in though, which is nice because if not, it would be just crawling with homeless people and junkies. But who the heck knows what it is? It had some signs saying it was artwork or something. Not really sure what that was. But here's some views of the boardwalk. I don't know what to say about the Atlantic City boardwalk. It is okay. It isn't super fancy by any means. There's definitely going to be people offering you cocaine and weird stuff like that, but there's plenty of cops and stuff, so you felt safe. There's these guys, as you can see right there, is like a basket thing that you just sit in, and that guy will just push your fat butt up and down the boardwalk if you want him to. It's got even covers on it because it was raining that day. But here's some other views of the boardwalk. Right there is like this famous candy place, and me being a fat guy, I was all excited to go in there and get some, Atlantic City saltwater taffy. So I did. I got myself a big box of saltwater taffy, and it was horrendous. It was hard as a rock. Some of the worst taffy I've ever had. So, needless to say, I did not pick up any extra to bring home by any means. And then there's also some ghetto-ness on the boardwalk. Like, for instance, here was an old, probably rub and tug kind of place, and it was abandoned, and the buildings next to it had all caught fire and then caught fire to it, I'm guessing. As you can see right here, even it's evidence do not disturb, and it had these like on the walls of the thing. So, not exactly the most nicest kind of fanciest thing going on, but whatever, it wasn't that bad. So at night, the boardwalk is definitely kind of the place to be. Again, everything's open really late. All the casinos, you could easily walk from Bally's all the way down to some of the other casinos. That's them in the distance right there. It wasn't that far, maybe half a mile walk or something. It's really not that far from like the one end to the other end. And you definitely kind of want to stay on the boardwalk because within like a block of the boardwalk, it was literally like twitching junkies and like people like just hitting you up and gang member looking dudes, and it was just sketch city past there. But at night it was actually pretty nice, and the weather ended up being really nice when we were in Atlantic City too. It sprinkled or rained a little bit every day, but it was like maybe 85 degrees tops. Maybe in the middle of the afternoon it was a little hot, like walking, but it wasn't like crazy hot by any means. These are views from the hotel that we were in. It had a rooftop bar, which was super cool. It also had a covered pool, which was also like on an upper floor, which was pretty cool. And you could see the whole city as that. You can see back there those big casinos back there. That's the Borgata and Harrah's and the Golden Nugget and stuff like that. So the rooftop bar was definitely a cool place to go to. Here's one place that I ate at quite a bit. It's right there on the boardwalk. They kind of served everything from corn dogs to hot dogs to sausage and peppers to pizza to whatever you wanted, funnel cakes, and it was open like all night long. So, that was kind of a cheap place I would go and grab something to eat. But yeah, here's just more views from the rooftop bar at the Cambridge. I'm thinking I'm saying it right. I got the name of the hotel wrong. It was like, oh, it was the Claridge. There you go. It's the Claridge, not the Cambridge. So, yeah, whatever. The Claridge, my bad. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I'm never going back to Atlantic City again. I don't see myself ever going there on vacation or anything like that. So, anyways, these are just some rooftop shots at nighttime. As you can see from ours, that's kind of the big casino pile. One of those hotels is kind of abandoned. It's not a casino anymore. It's like condos and stuff. And, but you can see where everything is. So here's a view of the convention floor. This is from the preview night after the VIP kind of party shindig, they open it up to VIPs for the 4 hours or 3 hours, whatever it was. And so there's not a ton of people in there, which was kind of nice. And a lot of things were definitely open. And so I kind of did some of my better quick buying of like larger items and stuff like that night just to get them out of the way. Some of the places, as you can see, had like some pretty big sized booths and everything. Like Panini had a huge footprint, Zero Cool, Tops, all the big ones, they all had big giant displays and things like that, which was kind of neat to see for the first night. Everybody told us going to the convention, like, you will be overwhelmed when you first get in there, and you definitely do get overwhelmed. But there's some pretty cool stuff at the show. Here's an example of some of the show exclusive type items that you can get. These were from Fanatics. There was gold box, a bronze box, and a silver box. Silver box was like $1,000. The bronze was, I don't know, $500, and the gold was $2,500. And in that, you got a whole bunch of stuff. And then even Upper Deck had this monumental box, and you got like a whole bunch of crazy stuff in it that's all signed by, you want a Kobe Bryant and a Michael, Jordan and a Wayne Gretzky thing signed or something, and it was $5,000. And then here's some of the kind of big dog cards that some of the people had, like these. One of those 1953 Mickey Mantles is one of the ones I purchased at the show for extremely cheap. And as you can see, this guy's asking like $6,000 for like a 2 and stuff. Mine's an A, and it'll definitely grade like a 3 or 4. Here is one of the cooler displays. These are Michael Jordan's shoes that he wore in every championship game he won. When he won the NBA, when they won the NBA championship. So they had 2 cases. There was like 2 cops by these at all times. CSG had those on display. And that was one cool thing about the show, is there was just kind of like, it was almost like walking around like a sports memorabilia museum with like heritage auctions and Pristine, and a bunch of the big companies had a lot of cool stuff. And me messing around, at heritage auctions, you can stick your face into the $10 million, Mickey Mantle rookie card. As you see, it looks pretty goofy. And I just had to do it because it was funny. So one big thing I have a problem with the show, and I had a problem with, was the autographs. This shows you right here, the upper part is Saturday, the bottom part is Sunday. That's how many people that they had signing, which you might say to yourself, well, that's pretty awesome that there's all those people signing. But it was just a clusterfuck beyond all clusterfucks. Here is like Jim Kelly right there signing. And the nice thing is, like I said, it's a giant cluster mess, and you got to pay TriStar money, and then you wait in these lines, and it's yelling at you, and you're just waiting forever. But you finally get up there, and Jim Kelly will take your thing, and then you can even pay for photos. And that was one of those things where you knew they were running late when you're already waiting. They said the autograph will start at 3, and it's like 3:20, and it was like, Jim Kelly's now taking photos. Well, he's not going to be signing for like another 30 minutes or something. So, they're an hour behind. But here is an example of the lines on Saturday for the autographs. As you see this, there's 5,000 people piled up here, and it was just a giant mess of people with these speakers blaring at you, and there's all these things and levels and stuff. It was just a nightmare. Here is a famous guy. If you don't know who this is Ken Golden, the owner of Golden Auctions. He was kind of annoying, honestly. Nothing against the guy. Don't know him, never met him. Might be the world's nicest guy, but you'll see next to him, he walked around with this giant security guard guy, and they would just like clear you out of areas and stuff. Like he was, I don't know, king shit of the show. And it was like, excuse me, move out of the way, sir. Jim Golden's coming through here, kind of thing. And there was like fanboys taking photos of him and stuff. It was really weird just having him. But here's like Friday at the show. It just shows you how kind of busy it is and how many tables that there are. There's just a ton of stuff, and there's a ton of people, and there's just, you got to be there multiple days to be able to look at everything. So this is Zero Cool's booth, and this is the people camped out for the Stranger Things drawing. People camp out for like 3 hours for the drawing. We actually got in it. I even pulled the redemption thing. I even looked on eBay, and somebody was selling one of those redemptions for like $1,500. And then after you waited in line, once you got in line, they put these wristbands on you. I guess originally for the first day they were doing tickets for everybody in line, but then people were selling the tickets to other people in line, so they decided to do wristbands. The funny thing is the guy put the wristband way too tight on my wrist, And then once you went through the line, you got to pick your number on the vending machine, and you got your one Stranger Things pack, which only had 2 cards. But like I said, some of them had the redemption. I've already redeemed it. It just says zero cool. Contact me when the boxes are available, and I'll be able to get my box. So who the heck knows how long that's going to be? But here's some of the cool cards that I saw at the show. There was this crazy gold Joe Burrow auto guy. I think the guy, I don't know, he had thousands of dollars. All these were expensive. I did not purchase any of these. Here was one of the cooler ones I saw. This museum one with its own ring, like inside of the box case thing that the card was in. $5,000 if you wanted it, but you got a real ring, championship type ring or something. I don't know with it. And then like here was one that was at trade night that just some kid was rocking. Was this crazy, Josh Allen gold auto rookie thing? I think when I asked him how much he wanted for that, I think he said $9,000. So about $8,300 out of my price range. But here was trade night. So at the Claridge, Cambridge, whatever the hell our hotel is, that it was connected to Bally's, and there was like an overpass thing where the two hotels connect. And I don't know if it was impromptu or if it was set up, but there was 2 massive trade nights, Friday night and Saturday night. That one went till like 4 o'clock in the morning. And trade night was super cool. Just everybody set up everywhere, set up on the floors. I have video actually I'll show of it, but it was cool. There's old guys with young guys and tons of people just trading cards and doing things. And it was just an exciting, fun show. So this is just kind of some quick clips and pictures of the thing. At the end, you could leave in the Grunk party bus if you wanted, sponsored by Monster Energy drinks. And that's just my quick slideshow of the NSCC22 in Atlantic City. Thanks for watching.